So in the MIND-ACT trial, we have decided to have patients involved from the very beginning since the discussion of the idea. So there was this new tool, a genomic signature, that could help us decide who needs adjuvant chemotherapy, so chemotherapy after surgery for early breast cancer. And we brought the most relevant patient advocacy group for breast cancer in Europe, which is Europadonna, and they have been with us since the beginning. So the discussion on how to bring this idea to the clinical practice, what would be the best design, what would be ethical. They have also helped develop the informed consent. They also helped develop an interactive DVD to explain the trial to the potential patients. And throughout the trial, they've been involved in the steering committee, and at the end, also involved in the publication and discussion of the result. I believe that the impact of having them involved was really fundamental. This was beginning of dealing with this new technology of genomics. And it was complicated for the researchers, but obviously even more complicated for patients. And so if we could not have the impact of the patient perspective and how to involve patients in this new field of all omics that have now become even more complex, I don't think we would have made the trial a success. And I really advocate that patient involvement in all types of trials is crucial, but trials with new technologies that are difficult to understand, it's even more important to have them involved. So there are mixed feelings among clinicians about the patient's involvement in trials and also in bringing a treatment to clinical practice. So I'm a fierce defender, but there are some skeptical people. And what I believe that the patient advocacy world should do is address the criticism. So one of the criticisms that I hear over and over again is that patient advocates are too emotional. And therefore difficult for them to be, unbiased and look at the data as we need to look at it. I think that emotions are needed, and we need the patient perspective, and obviously the patient perspective will be an emotional one, but you have to find the balance between emotion and real data and objectivity, discussing the data, and also helping all of us to understand what outcome is important, what type of outcome is important. The other criticism that I hear over and over is that there is too much competition among the different patient advocacy groups, and that is sometimes as fearful as it is among clinicians and it is among pharma. So I believe that collaboration among patient advocacy groups is crucial. Lastly, I would say that to gain over clinicians, you need to develop data, but also to publish those data. It has to go through the process of what we call peer review, and so with a good methodology and discussing the results obtained and also making them available, not just through presentations, but through publications.